Beep, beep. My hat!
Hello and welcome. So here we have our drag car project. Now this is based off of a Slash, but the transmission on these Slash built drag cars is the same for a Bandit and a Rustler two-wheel drive. So two-wheel drive Traxxas vehicles, 110 Traxxas vehicles, generally have the same type of transmission. And in a previous video, you saw that we were trying to run this in 2S. It ran great, but then 4S, it ran just as fast as 2S. And right, first we were a little surprised. We were wondering what was wrong. And then once I picked up the car, it smelled. It smelled really, really bad. It smelled like something was burning. Now, if you're not familiar with that smell is your clutch burning. It smells similar. If you've ever smelt an actual car clutch burn or brake pads burn, it's a very similar material to brake pads. That's the smell. So if you kind of hear a whining sound like a whoo, and then you see smoke coming out, or a burning smell, it's probably your clutch. Now this here I had already previously removed when I was inspecting it, and then I thought, why don't I make a video? So you have to remove this nut here, and it has a spring. And the way you do it is you hold on to this gear, and then you just turn. So you grab your 7mm driver, and then just go left. That's all you're going to be doing. So you're going to grab it and go left. Once you do that, this should pop out. If not, just use a flathead screwdriver and pry it out, and it'll be fine. But when you remove this, it's going to look like this. There's going to be this little disc. And this disc is going to sit right here. And you're going to have this here. Now here, on this part, you're going to have the little clutch pads that are going to sit right in here. So what happened to my clutch is the following. Luckily I saved it so I can show you. I completely destroyed one of them. So that one was completely broken. And these, you can't really tell in the camera. Oh, maybe you can. Yeah, if I show you one side versus the other. If you notice this side, it's burnt. Versus this one's all right, but this is burnt, and likewise this one. And they're actually very brittle. It's falling apart. So these need replacing. Now, again, these you're generally going to be running in 2S, so it's not that much of a problem. The problem is if your tires actually hook, then you get a lot more grip. Or if you put a bigger battery in there, such as I did. So one of your options are to just buy a replacement clutch kit. And this is going to come with a spring. Now you have to pay attention to the two springs because there's two different sizes. You're going to be using that smaller one. This one right over here, not that one. But it has the little clutch pads, new clutch pads. It comes with a new nut. You always want to replace that. If not, it's going to back out because the nylon wears out on the original. You get a new disc here, and then you get your little friction pads. Now these are the same friction pads. Do I want to replace the clutch with the exact same thing? You know, maybe. Not I said the fly though. So I'm actually gonna open this up, and one of the things that you're gonna be doing is you will have to replace the disc if it's warped. So these here sometimes warp with heat. So you have to check it. If you have a new one, just replace it. This is the old one here. See how this needs cleaning. If you were to reuse this, it's not warped, but it would need to be cleaned. So you would use the new one. Let's put the old one over here. So this is the old stock. There we go. That's the new nut, and this is the new spring. Now this clutch is used in Traxxas vehicles, other vehicles, so you're not going to be using the larger nut or the larger spring. So these you can just set them aside, store them, give them away to somebody that needs them if you don't need them. The roll pin, this is in case your roll pin broke. These roll pins are actually very strong. If it broke or if you lost it, you would need to replace it. But this goes, if you remove this, you just pull this out. That pin goes in the shaft. Let me get a good, there it is. So you see that pin? And that just slides in, slides out. So that's why you get this extra pin, just in case you lose it, maybe you broke it. It's very hard to break that pin. Usually you break the pin inside of the transmission on the lay shaft. You would break that before this one. But anyway, other than that, I'm just going to go through a quick assembly. And then we're going to have a comparison between the different options, which we have two other options. So I'll show you what the two other clutches are. After I install this. All right, there we go. Perfect. So that has to seat there properly. Then you're going to have your clutch disc. And then after that, I am not going to be using these clutch pads. So I'm going to place them over there. And I have the following. So I have hot racing. And these here are carbon fiber clutch pads. Let's see if you can see the number. There we go. So it's TRX 15 GSL. They're also longer, so there's more surface area. So they're not just carbon fiber, they're longer as well, so you have more material, more surface area. And these are the aluminum ones, so it's TRX 15 HS7. So these are aluminum hard anodized long slipper clutch pads. And you get 3 of them, so these are made for Traxxas. So this is what we're going to end up doing. I'm going to put the carbon fiber on, and then after that, we're going to run it in 2S, see how it does, and then we're going to run it in 4S and see if we burn them or break them. And then we're going to review it, swap them out, put the aluminum ones on, do it all over again. So that being said, these, if you notice the little holes, right, these are going to go in here. And they're just going to sit right in there. So there's no way you can screw up the installation really, unless you truly don't know what you're doing. But these will just slide right in there. And I actually did that by feel because I was holding it where I couldn't really see. So that's it. That's how this is going to sit. Now, these will fall out if you flip it. So my recommendation is to just install these sideways. So that disc is in place. Just hold your car transmission this way. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, you can see. And then just do not apply grease to hold it. That works for other applications. But here, just place and slide on, and that's it. Then after this, you just slide the spring inside or on there. Then you grab the nut, and you're just going to tighten. And let's see if I can hold on. All right, so Something that you're probably going to need is the following. You can use the little T-wrench, because if I put the wheel on, this is too long. If you have a wheel, that works. If not, just grab the little T-wrench and tighten this. But the main thing is to tighten all the way. Now these, I am going to tighten all the way, and then I'm going to back them out about a turn and a half. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. Alright, so here we're going to do the first pass. This is on 2S. This is the carbon fiber. This is 4S on the carbon fiber clutch pads. Alright, so the carbon fiber was actually slipping quite a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove this, see if they're still intact. Oh, it looks like the nut actually backed out. Let's see. No, it did not back out. It's just the way it fits. Oh, yeah, that feels hot. Oh, by the way, I am wearing my ring, so you can tell my wife. I didn't forget this time. Alright, so this is really hot. I just need to be careful not to burn myself. If they're intact, that was only half a turn, so I went all the way in, then half a turn. Ooh, that is hot. Let's see. Alright, well, clutch pads look like they're all still there. So I'm going to tighten it all the way, so hopefully it doesn't slip at all, and then I'm going to try it again. Alright, so this is 2S carbon clutch fully tightened. Alright, let's check the clutch. Alright, this is the carbon fiber clutch, fully tightened 4S. The wing, let me go fetch it. Alright, so now we just removed the carbon fiber ones. All three of the shoes are intact, and we are going to go ahead and run the aluminum ones. We're going to run them on 2S. We're going to do a half a turn out, and then after that we will do 4S, and see how these do, and then we're going to do fully tighten. All right, perfect. All right, this is 2S. We did half a turn on the clutch, and we're running the aluminum pads. Next run, fully tightened. These are the aluminum pads, fully tightened. We're going to put a 4S just for fun. Half turn aluminum clutch 4S. Yeah, something big. Aluminum, fully tightened, 2S. 4S, sorry, 4S.
Ya se me salió uno a mi papi.